Jerome Ford. Jerome, if you would give us an opening statement about your excitement about being in the college football playoff before we open the floor for questions.
I'm very excited to be on the stage like this and have the opportunity to play a great team in front of a lot of people. I'm pretty sure me and my team, coaches, everybody's excited for the opportunity.
Our first question comes from Carrie from WVTM.
Hey, Jerome. Carrie Osep from Birmingham. I just, of course, want to ask you, how surreal is it for you to be with Cincinnati and to be playing your former team, but to be a part of this historic run for Cincinnati against Alabama?
It's a great opportunity to play on a big stage. I'm thankful for everything Coach Saban had done for me and the opportunity to play at Alabama. But, I'm a Bearcat, and I would kind of appreciate it if people stopped calling me the Alabama transfer. I'm a Cincinnati Bearcat. But like I said, I'm thankful for everything Coach Saban did for me and the opportunity to play at Alabama around all the great coaches and other great players.
Question now comes from Matt Baker of the Tampa Bay Times.
Hey, Jerome. When you chose Cincinnati, did you have any inkling that this would be a possibility that you guys could finally break through and make the playoff?
Honestly, it didn't really cross my mind. Only thing I thought about when I came to Cincinnati is how could I contribute to help win games and win a conference championship. Anything else would have been a plus. We just take it one game at a time, one step at a time, just get my foot in the door. I didn't really think much about a national championship or anything besides winning one game at a time.
Question now comes from Andrew Greenstein.
Good afternoon, Jerome. Congratulations on making the college football playoff. A two-part question. Number one, can you talk about how you ended up choosing to continue your college football career at Cincinnati after deciding to transfer? And also, during the game on Friday, what is it going to be like for you to look across the field to the other sideline and seeing some of your former teammates and the coaches who recruited you out of high school?
Honestly, coming out of high school, Coach G was a great recruiter from my area. He came and he talked to me. I was real high on Cincinnati, but I ended up choosing Alabama. And when I entered the transfer portal, I knew that Coach G was still a great guy and somebody that, a place that I felt that I could go after when I jumped into the transfer portal. And that's how I ended up choosing Cincinnati. Still had that relationship with Coach G. And I hit those guys up, and they made it happen. And then as far as looking to the other sideline on game day, it's a business trip. We came here to play football. It won't be one of those things where it's like, oh, my buddies are over there. It'll be just like playing another team. We came to play a game and win a game. And, we're just grateful for the opportunity to play on such a big stage.
Next question comes from Skylar Dixon.
Jerome, as the season developed and it started to look like the playoff might be a possibility for you all, did you ever find yourself thinking about the possibility of playing Alabama, or did you kind of intentionally try to keep that out of your mind?
We intentionally tried to keep it out of our mind and focus one game at a time. All the playoff talk all year, we just try to stay close to our brothers in the locker room and, just focus one game at a time, one play at a time, one practice at a time, and be where our feet are and be us. I didn't really think anything about a national championship, take it one game at a time or a playoff game. And now that we're here, we focus one game at a time.
Our next question comes from Gary Miller.
Hi, Jerome. Congratulations on getting here. Just wanted your impressions on getting a look at AT&T Stadium and seeing a field that they've had Super Bowls on. The Cowboys are playing last night. Do you ever do any visionary things where you picture yourself running for a touchdown or someday playing in the NFL on that same field? What was your impression when you walked in?
We came in for a game last night, and we actually got to see them play, and it was kind of surreal. It was kind of starstruck. It was crazy just watching the fans and everybody go crazy and actually watching players play. It was pretty fun. I definitely, if I'm blessed enough, I could see myself playing on a field like this in the future.
Next question comes from Chad Brendel.
Jerome, you had a bit of an ankle injury through the middle of the season. How difficult was that?
It was more of a mental thing. The training staff did a great job of getting me back as soon as they could. They helped me every step of the way. It got frustrating at times, but like I said, we have a great training staff, and they helped me through it. And we got back, and we started rolling.
Next question from Zachary Brazier.
Drew, will you be motivated? Will there be any extra motivation for you Friday? To go to face your former school.
Every game is I'm real motivated to play. It's nobody or nothing the team that we're playing could do to possibly add any motivation. I feel like I'm very intrinsically motivated, and like everything I have comes from inside, and it's pretty much I'm already motivated to play.
Next question comes from Joseph Hoyt.
Hey, Jerome, this is Joseph Hoyt from the Dallas Morning News. Nick Saban was asked about you yesterday. He said that he's really happy everything worked out for you, and that you were able to kind of achieve the goals and aspirations for yourself. I'm just kind of curious, when you decided to transfer, what goals and aspirations ultimately did you have, and do you really feel like you're achieving them now that you guys have made it to a college football playoff?
As far as goals and aspirations, I think everybody who plays the sports wants to go to the NFL, win games. So just as far as my goals and aspirations, it was to go somewhere and contribute to a team and help them win games in any way that I could. And I was just grateful to have that opportunity.
Question now from Charlie Potter.
Yeah, hey, Jerome. Earlier, our former teammates like Brian Robinson and Phil Mathis talked about being excited for you. Do you keep up with those guys, and do you kind of share that same sentiments, enjoying seeing them have success?
Yeah, I keep up with them, of course. Just before I was here, they were like brothers to me, older brothers, people that you could lean on and that led you in the right direction. So, of course, I'm happy to see. I was happy to see them when they won a national championship last year, and continue to be excited for those guys.
Next question comes from Mike Rodak.
Jerome, when Nick Saban was talking about the portal earlier this season, he said sometimes players are a little bit short-sighted. They don't think about developing or competing long-term. Just how much did he communicate that to you, and how much do you feel like your performance has validated your decision to transfer?
I think the transfer portal is I don't even know. I don't know how to answer that question.
Next question comes from Chad Brendel.
Jerome, talk about the development of your offensive line. There were some moving parts and pieces early in the season, but it seems like they have really gotten it together of late and what they've been able to do in opening holes for you.
Offensive line has been great all season. It takes time to really, I guess get everything clicking on the same page. I think this season, every game we got better as a unit. I feel like I'm an offensive lineman too. Those are my guys. Those are my brothers. I just feel like every game we get better and better and better, and that's the goal, to, be as close to great at the end of the season as you can.
Next question comes from Gary Miller.
Hey, Joe. Just to follow up what I asked before, but
Gary,
any backlash?
Gary, can you re-ask the question, please? Gary, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you re-ask the question, please, from the beginning?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Jerome, just to follow up to you guys going to the Cowboys game last night, just how did it come about? Did you get any backlash for going out as a group with all the COVID protocols? And what kind of protocols and precautions do you?
Our training staff does a great job with COVID and all precautions and measures that we should take. And to be honest, any questions about COVID would probably be better for Coach Fick and our coaches.
And our final question comes from Skylar Dixon.
Jerome, you're in a kind of unique position, having been in a program where the CFP is almost a matter of routine, and now you're on the one that's been the first to break through from the group of 5. What, if anything, can you share as a message to your guys about, we belong here and things along those lines?
Sheesh. Can you repeat the question?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you repeat the question, please?
For being in a kind of unique position of having been at Alabama where, these things are kind of a matter of routine, and now you're at a program that's broken through as the first group of 5 school to get in, what kind of message can you carry for your teammates, sort of, you belong here, you're going to prove that Cincinnati belongs in this kind of mix?
We had a nice season, undefeated season. We just pretty much need to be us and do what we do. We don't need to do anything extra. Just pretty much be us. And I feel like being us will be enough to prove that, we belonged here and we should be here.
That concludes our time for the Cincinnati media session. Jerome, thank you for joining us. A full transcript along with video and audio files will be distributed via email and posted in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classics section of the College Football Playoff Media Portal. To gain access to the portal, send an email to licensing@catapultsports.com. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.